Hey there, it's Robert Nolan, and in this video I want to talk about the concept of using chords in your solos to make them sound way more interesting, hip and cool. It's a style of play that I'm known for, where I don't only play single lines, but I sprinkle in what I like to call crispy chords to make the solo much more fun, hip, cool, captivating, and basically awesome. So in this video, I want to share some of the crunchy, crispy, cool voicings with you and give you examples of using crispy chords on the song Minor Swing. I also want to invite you to a free live workshop that's happening this Saturday, the 13th of April, where I'll be literally sharing all my secrets on this great concept, okay? So you can go to livewithrobin.com and reserve your place. Now, in this video, I'm gonna play through a couple of the etudes that I've written for this workshop and break down some of the chords and licks that I'm using so you can get started with this great concept, which will take you from just a beginner player who's always just using single lines to a much more hip and classy player who's sprinkling chords in the solos. It's a great effect, and it's not hard to do either, as I'm going to show you. So I've written 3 crispy chordal etudes on Minor Swing. I'll play the first one for you and then show you some of the chords from that etude. So sit back, relax, grab your guitar, and let's learn some crispy chords. Minor Swing, crispy chords solo number 1. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that was an example of using chords on the Minor Swing sequence. And for each of the 3 chords in Minor Swing, basically A minor, D minor, and E7, I've got crispy chord voicings which I can choose in my solo. So for example, a really easy way to make a normal A minor chord sound a little hipper and a little more gypsy is to simply add the 6th. So you got right, A minor 6. This is a really kind of entry-level thing, but maybe it's new to you. Play an A minor chord with the pinky, play 2nd fret on the top E, and you've got an A minor 6. It's also worth pointing out that you can actually use rhythm chords in your solos when you kind of play them in a kind of solo rhythmical way. So you can always go, that was the first chord in this etude. When we went to D minor, I used the classic Django Reinhardt, this voicing, which is really easy, but really kind of really gets that Django vibe. And all it is just these 2 fretted notes, F on the D string and A on the G string. So that's 3rd fret on the D, 2nd fret on the G string. Then you've got an open A, an open B, and an open E. So you get this. Again, that's a great chord just to drop in when you're soloing. And what happens when I improvise using chords, I kind of play a single line, then play a chord, then play a single line and play a chord. So once you've learned these inversions, that's the kind of play really. But there you go, there's a D minor 6, 9, A, F, A, B, E. So that already is going to sound great. A minor 6. For the E7, I just took a diminished on the 6th fret, right, and extended the pinky. This is always a great tension. So see that diminished chord, right, on the 6th fret. All you do, you just extend that pinky for that tension, and you've got, then drop it a fret. We came to another voicing for A minor, which is just a kind of groovy A minor 9. That's just, and there's one nice move you can do, which is kind of pretty jazzy, but you can kind of go, so you can jump up a minor 3rd to C minor 9, and then back to A minor 9. It's kind of a jazz move, which works obviously in gypsy jazz. When I teach this workshop on Saturday, there's a whole epic PDF workbook that will come with it, which has got everything in tab, of course. So this is all tabbed out. Also, I've made a whole course which you can study in your own time, which has got backing tracks and all these solos recorded really slowly. So I really encourage you to join me on Saturday, livewithrobin.com. Okay, grab your free place. So recap, this etude, which is just level 1, I've got 3 levels. This is kind of the beginner level, A minor 6. We use that D minor 6, 9 for the E7, the diminished with the pinky up and down, always a great tension. A minor, C minor, A minor, right? So we had that kind of move. Let me give you a taste of one of the other etudes so you can see how it goes. This is etude number 2 now. Here we go. Yeah, etude number 2. And let's use the course. And I'm going to play it for you at a crispy tempo, okay? And then I'll show you some of these voicings. Here we go. Same sequence, minor swing. This is crispy chord solo
number 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
So that's got some kind of groovy chordal licks in. For example, that first one, that's a lick that I see as a whole lick. I'm not thinking chord, 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 chord. I'm just going. Right? So this is a really good lick that you can add to your playing. And it starts on this voicing, which is a good one for A minor 6 to get that, right? Just using that voicing, which is a kind of must-know voicing, really. You could either fret a diminished on the 10th and extend the pinky, or you could bar it on the 10th. And with any of these chords, it's also worth pointing out that you can always go. You can kind of slide from a fret below. It always gives it a bit more drama and gives you that big band vibe. Right? Don't forget there's tab in the epic PDF workbook that you can download as soon as you register for Saturday's free class, okay? Live with Robin is the link. I encourage you to join me. This is a style of play that will kind of take you from beginner, intermediate level to give a real bit of class to your solos, and I've got some great secrets to share. What else did we have? We had this move, which is a really cool move for a D minor chord. So there's D minor, right? We're in D minor in minor swing. And now we're gonna fret, right? A B half diminished, you might know it as, or a D minor 6, 2, 3, 2, 3, right? And then what's gonna happen? You've got this descending line. Once you get this one down, it really is magic. I learned this from Jimmy Rosenberg. He kind of uses it, it's got a really cool sound. Don't forget the tab is in the workbook, so go to livewithrobin.com, register for the class and download the workbook. That's a really good move. This is another one I used in this etude. When I went back to the A minor, I just used this simple 3-note voicing. Right, which is a 9th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret, 3 notes, E, F sharp, C. So it's another voicing of A minor 6, and you go like this. Again, going from a fret below always gives it a lot more tension. Django used this a lot in his playing. Really's got that whole gypsy jazz vibe, okay? Yeah. Don't forget that the diminished for the E7 always works well. I'll play this one more time and let's see if you can recognize some of the moves now. This is crispy chord solo number 2.
Minor swing, crispy chord solo number 2. 1, 2, 1.
Here's that lick to start.
4.
The minor move. Yeah, and in that bit you can tell that I'm just using rhythm chords, which I said you can use, and you can just kind of go. Kind of got the rhythmical thing, and that's just going B flat major that we use as a tritone dominant in minor swing, F7, E7, and then at the end of the sequence in minor swing, it's nice to hit the road jack thing. Dum, 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 dum. Kind of sounds cool. You can go A minor, G major, F major, E7, and then if you give it that kind of like, sounds really awesome. Don't forget, all these chords are written out clearly with tab and PDF and musical notation in the PDF workbook. And if you want to join me Saturday, I really encourage you to join me. It's going to be really a fun community learning together experience. The whole Gypsy Jazz Club will be there, and I'll be going through 3 crispy chordal solos on minor swing, full of all these really great inversions, which will really enrich your playing when you learn them, and you can start to use them yourself and feel your playing kind of going up a notch or two. There's backing tracks, there's slowed down versions of all these etudes in videos, and then there's the tab PDF workbook. So it's just waiting for you, and I really hope you can join me Saturday. So enough for this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I hope you can join me Saturday live with Robin.com. All right, let's do it. Crispy chords.